What's up, State of Soccer fans? It is game day. You know what that means. Pre-match show live here on State of Soccer. Stay tuned, guys. We got a lot to talk about. USA versus Jamaica. What's up, guys? It's Brian McDonough, host of State of Soccer, and I'm here with Rufo, man. How's it going?
Hey man, could have been better, bro. So, how are you?
Pretty good, man. Looking forward to this match. Been looking forward to it all week. Been crossing over to other channels, doing some pregame stuff. And we got a big matchup today down in Austin, Texas versus Jamaica. How you feeling about this one?
Honestly, like pretty good. I really do think that it's gonna be a pretty good match, especially one team who's actually bringing over, of course, people from England, of course, through passport and stuff, and of course another team who is rebuilding, trying to get back to a World Cup, of course, which I know a lot of Americans would love to see.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, man. And we're gonna dive right now right into the starting lineup. It's been shared. It's out there. So let's take a look at that right now. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to dive right into this starting 11 for the U.S. Here we go. That's what Fabrizio Romano likes to say. All right, guys. Starting 11 for the United States men's national team versus Jamaica. There we go. That's a better image. We got Matt Turner at goalkeeper. Rufo, not our boy Zach Steffen. It is Matt Turner. So a little bit of a shocker there. What do you think about that?
Yeah, like that's a bit of a shock too. I was thinking, you should probably start your best keeper tonight because you're facing up a team that has, like I said, people that did originate from England and did get their passports from Jamaica, as they call UB40s. And I don't know, yes, Matt Turner's a very good, guy in goal. We've seen it at the Gold Cup, but the question is, can he apply the same pressure than what he did at the Gold Cup and currently in the MLS season? So I think Berhalter made a move, like you might have mentioned in the video that I saw, that, Berhalter's more heavy on his MLS players. He loves his MLS players.
Yeah. He does, man. And Matt Turner has been the hot hand. I'll say this. Turner has been starting for New England, having, once again, another amazing season for the New England Revolution. But when it comes down to it, it's World Cup qualifier against Jamaica, against a team that has given us issues. Even the Gold Cup, yes, we beat them pretty decisively, but they're not a bad team. I start Zach Steffen personally. Either way, you can't go wrong, but that's just what I do. Serginho Dest, Walker Zimmerman, Anthony Robinson, and who am I missing? Miles Robinson in the back four. We'll most likely see Anthony Robinson on the left back. We'll see Walker Zimmerman center alongside Miles Robinson and Serginho Dest. Kind of expected that, right? That's our back four. John Brooks is missing. Colden Walker Zimmerman from Nashville Soccer Club. Not a bad back four. That's what I was expecting, and they better be ready to play physical. What do you think about that, Rufo?
Yeah, indeed. Of course, I also had Anthony Robinson at left back, and of course, Serginho Dest, playing for Barcelona right now. I know he's kind of, his team right now not doing really well, but of course, he has been putting up consistent performances. Was actually, mentioned, of course, in the La Liga Team of the Week at one point. And yeah, Anthony Robinson playing in the championship currently for Fulham. He's doing his best to get Fulham back up into the Premier League again. And then, you got the likes of Miles Robinson, I think I did hear a rumor that there was a European club that did want him, but I think that has died. So not that much about Miles Robinson. And of course, Walker Zimmerman did replace John Brooks because of injury. Of course, it is kind of a bummer to hear that, John had fallen with an injury in the first place. So, not really a big loss because, you have, another guy that's physical in the first place because, you had John Brooks, very physical guy with a little bit of pace. Walker Zimmerman, a little slower than usual, but he still is very strong and can actually oppose very well with the attack of Jamaica.
And that's the biggest key right here is the attack of Jamaica and having physical center backs. If you're going to plug in a guy to be physical outside of John Brooks, it would be Walker Zimmerman. Another guy who's been in MLS Best 11 a couple times. We saw him, how successful he was for LAFC, how he's doing now for Nashville, being, one of their best players on the field game after game. and he's getting the opportunity here for the U.S. Let's move over to the midfield now. We're going to see Tyler Adams, most likely in the 6th position, wearing the captain's armband, central defensive midfielder. And then we have the trio, the trio that I was hoping for that will, I think, give the midfield of Jamaica a really tough time, take advantage of their weak point in their lineup. And we have Weston McKennie, who's back, and Yunus Musa. So Yunus Musa and Weston McKennie, especially Musa, is getting the start, which is a little surprising. I know a lot of other individuals were expecting him most likely not to start tonight, but he's here. What do you think about that?
Yeah, indeed. Like, especially for Musa, I thought for a minute that Acosta, because, me thinking, with Berhalter, choosing MLS guys, like I said, MLS lover, so appreciative. I really thought he would go with Kelly and Acosta because, Acosta, pretty much a utility player. He can go from anywhere, put him at any position, right back, left back, and even in the midfield, defensive or attacking. Yeah. But Musa, of course, brings an attacking prowess as well. He's very pacey, very, very fast, either on either flank. But if you put him in the midfield, he is a guy that will definitely create a lot more chances than usual. Weston McKennie, that is definitely a big, big strength back into the squad after the allegations that did happen the last time the USMNT were out for friendlies or for the Concacaf qualifiers, of course. And then you got the big guy in the captain's armband for tonight, Tyler Adams, of course. Love to see the man leading the whole team along the way. And I feel like for him, he's going to be controlling that midfield along the whole night, and he's going to control how the attackers just move through and stuff. Because with him and Weston, and then, of course, you just put Yunus Musa on the attacking end, of course, it's going to be Weston and Tyler just, controlling the game pretty much.
Looks like we have Jaime, FC Dallas supporter, most likely a Ricardo Pepe fan, chiming in right now saying we like Musa. Musa would have fit in well with the other two. That's actually, especially Busio being kind of dynamic on the ball. And we had RJ PUBG commenting that Jamaica's midfield is the weakness, no defensive midfielder. So you can take advantage of that with a guy like Busio. But, the other thing about Musa is, Rufo, he also is dynamic too. He's a guy that can move. He has quickness. He's good on the ball. He's playing in La Liga. He's doing very, very well right now at the club level. So I don't think the U.S. really misses a step here. Obviously Reina is my preferred number 8 in a perfect world where Berhalter plays him as attacking midfield. But Yunus Musa sliding in there for this match, I think he'll give Jamaica a very tough time tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. With all the pace that he basically has and the dribbling. I don't know how much dribbling he has had, but I know, of course, I've watched a couple of games because I know he plays for Valencia in the top tier of La Liga. And seeing him play, he can do so much damage, especially like, say, for example, trying to go through the middle, find passes as much as you can. You want to have that, like, the prowess, to either finish, have pace, or go in from behind the defense and try to find a hole because, yeah, so I like the way if Berhalter does start him in the middle in the park and starts him as an attacking midfielder, that will benefit the USMNT because, you got, the attackers which we'll get into, and, they might be dangerous on the attacking.
That's exactly what we're looking to do tonight. And that's the thing, right? With Jamaica not really having a central defensive midfielder, that true number 6, that's their weakness. That's a point of contention for that team. We can kind of hammer home the offense there and create some chances. And, on the attacking end, we have Brendan Aronson out on the wing. We're going to have Paul Ariola out on the wing. And, of course, Ricardo Pepe, who's getting the nod. I expected Pepe to start. Brendan Aronson on the wing, I think he's the most dynamic player in the attack right now, fluid player. But Pepe, of course, is the goal scorer, a true number 9. And I think that we'll see him score tonight. What do you think, Rufo?
Indeed, especially with Paul Ariola, I did expect Paul Ariola to, come back into the squad because the last time, when, of course, the USMNT, of course, rolled out with the lineups with, P-Folk, and the likes of other attackers as well, like Sargent, Pulisic. Well, of course, you have no Pulisic, which is, of course, kind of a bummer. But, of course, you have Brendan Aronson as, as an alternative. Paul Ariola, of course, is an alternative as well, just in case if Gio Reyna wasn't even playing, either right wing or whatever position he plays upon. But, yeah. Oh, excuse me. And then Ricardo Pepe, of course, Ricardo has just been on fire, especially in the league for MLS, rumored to go to Ajax or even Milan. Wolfsburg now just jumped into the photo of, like, trying to get his signature. Like, he's definitely a talent to be, looked upon. And I really, really hope this man either goes to either a German club that actually can do pretty well with young players, or one of the best teams with young players in Ajax. But I think the one guy that basically watched for the night that can actually feed the crosses to Pepe will most likely be Paulo Areola. Paulo Areola is very quick, of course. I did see him at the Orlando City game against DC United, and he had made good chances for DC United while seeing him play, and his pace is definitely dangerous. Not the paciest like, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang or like, Tim Weah fast, but he has space to basically go in from behind.
He is pacey, man, and that's the thing, and that's ultimately what the U.S. wants to do. I think that Greg Berhalter was saying verticality, like getting the ball at the end of into the box. That's where Jamaica struggles, especially on defense. Having the opportunity for the U.S., having some more physical guys, have chances for headers. Paul Areola is the type of guy who can whip the ball in. I wouldn't be surprised also, Rufo, if we see, because on the bench we have DeAndre Yedlin, who came in after Dest came down with an injury against Honduras. He had an assist across to Pepe in that match. So I think we have a very good lineup here today. It is the ideal lineup for the USMNT, given that Pulisic and Reina is out. It's just that Jamaica is a tough side. They might not be playing well right now, but this is Jamaica's game. Like in other words, if they lose this match, they are essentially out. They only have 1 point right now. They're at the bottom of the standings out of all 8 teams. If they lose this match, Jamaica is out of contention. So Coach Whitmore has a lot of pressure on them. What do you think about this Jamaican side coming in with 1 point? And what do you think we can expect from them, Rufo?
Yeah, I don't really know if Leon Bailey actually is in this squad, but I know that's going to be tough for them then. And I know Mikel Antonio, he did start for Jamaica, but I don't know if he's going to be starting in today.
So we do have the Jamaican. Let's pull up the Jamaican roster right now. We have that going. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. We'll pull up the starting lineup for Jamaica. Give me 1 second here, Rufo, because we kind of want to dissect this with specific players, see what's going on here. Because like you said, they are missing Bailey. That's a big miss. But the one player that they do have is Andre Blake, right, in goalkeeper. Indeed. So here we go. Let's pull up the Jamaican roster right now. Let's dissect it.
And 3, 2, 1, and
all right, here it is.
There we go. All right. Let me see who I can pick out here. So, all right, Andre Gray, of course, he does play, of course, for Watford, but I think he's loaned out in the championship. So, of course, he's going to be another guy that's going to be going in from behind the defense. Kemar Lawrence, of course, known to be a good left back, especially for MLS, played for the Red Bulls, now playing for Toronto FC. Not really showing as much as he did before. And, of course, a guy that I've known for a while, of course, for anyone that's played FIFA before, Bobby De Cordova-Reid, man. Like, he is also another pacey guy with good finishing as well. And, this Jamaican lineup, of course, without Leon Bailey, it's okay for what it is, but when you don't have Mikel Antonio or the likes of Leon Bailey, then that's pretty much a problem. Because for one, Antonio can pretty much play on the wing or as a main number 9. Of course, he has physicality, he has speed, he can shoot, somewhat dribble as well, and he can guard the ball as well. The likes of Bailey, however, he's very pacey on the wing, could actually give a hard time to one of the fullbacks if he did start against the USMNT, and could actually do pretty well. And, with that, this Jamaican side, I think the only players I can call out, of
Nicholson. Well, yeah, no, Nicholson, and that's Imi said it. Shamar Nicholson is a huge threat.
And him as well too
on the attacking end. Leon Bailey's injured, so we know that, and
that's tough.
We got a couple more comments rolling in here. Jamal Lowe scores on his debut against the USA. All right, we'll see about that. We got RJ PUBG is actually a Jamaican fan, so welcome to the channel, RJ. Tuning in. I believe he said he was in the United States, but he lives down, I want to say Texas, but he's a U.S. fan, or Jamaican fan. So thanks for joining us today. Yeah, man, this lineup though for Jamaica, and I was trying to pull up the starting 11. They're not actually coming out right now with exactly who's playing where, but they did list their starting 11. A guy that I really think is a tough defender is obviously Kemar Lawrence. He's playing for Toronto right now. He's a guy that is very physical. So the U.S. has to be ready for him. And of course, Andre Blake. Andre Blake is the guy that can keep a team in a game just by him alone, right? I mean, he's MLS goalie of the year, MLS best 11 multiple times. Reality really should probably be playing in the Premier League, but had trouble getting a work permit. Fantastic player, Andre Blake is. What do you think about him as a goalkeeper tonight in the matchup with the two best goalkeepers in MLS, Matt Turner and Andre Blake?
Indeed, though, with Andre Blake, I've heard about him a lot, ever since he came into the league back like with the Philadelphia Union. I know for yourself as a Philadelphia Union fan, you probably is like, he's our lifesaver, he's our number one keeper for life.
Yeah.
That is definitely like the greatest thing. I know if Blake keeps this team in the game, I don't know who's going to be the captain, but if anybody, I would put Andre Blake as your captain because, for one, if you're a Jamaican supporter of the Reggae Boyz, y'all got to have someone to step up. And, of course, Andre Blake, I feel like is a good guy to basically be a captain for once because, you can probably guide this whole team around, be like, yo, get to your positions as much as you can and try your best to score as many goals. I know there's another younger side that's trying to get back into the World Cup. We haven't been to the World Cup since '98, so we got to do something, boys, tonight.
That's the truth. They haven't been there since France '98. Their one weakness, RJ PUBG said it best, is Alvis Powell. Also plays for the Philadelphia Union. When I was on Ryan LFC's channel the other night, we were talking about Alvis Powell, a couple comments rolling in when it was streamed live about his struggles right now. Gave up a penalty the other night, penalty kick the other night against the Union, and Andre Blake bailed him out, right? So that's what the Jamaicans are hoping. The fans are hoping that Andre Blake is going to save them. But the U.S. has to stay confident. They have to keep the foot on the pedal, attack, build off of the win against Honduras, claim those 3 points, which I believe are ours to lose down in Austin, Rufo, and come out here with 8 points in on top two team here in the table. So let's pull up some more things here for the U.S. I kind of want to dive into a couple more topics before, one being the World Cup qualifying schedule right now for the U.S. And obviously they're focused on this match tonight. That's the game at hand. But let's share the screen here.
Here we go, bud. Let's go.
So this is what we got, Rufo. We got Jamaica tonight. And then we have Panama on October 10th, which is what? Sunday night, right?
Probably so, yeah.
And then 3 days later, we have Costa Rica.
On a Wednesday.
You have two of the worst teams right now in CONCACAF when it comes to standings, being Jamaica and Costa Rica. You got to get 6 points out of that. Panama is on the road. That's going to be somewhat of a difficult match. Got to also remember for that Panama match, Rufo, we're missing, Anthony Robinson. Zach Steffen won't be able to play in that. He's not starting tonight, but he definitely won't be able to travel to Panama. Any English-based player will not be playing against Panama on the road. And then we come back stateside. I believe it's in Columbus, Ohio, against Costa Rica only a couple days later. 3 matches in 6 days, opportunity to get 9 points, build on the 5 points, and bring us to 14. And that would put us at the top of the table, unless Mexico, cleans house and grabs 9 points and maintains where they're at right now. So what do you think? How many points can we project out of these 3 games in 6 days?
Ooh, because this is the one that I got to do. Because, as much as my girlfriend is Jamaican, and of course, family's very heavy on the Reggae Boyz and stuff, I know they're going to be fighting their very best. Every Jamaican fan out there that is hoping, to get to World Cup glory again, back into the group stages, to finally chant the Reggae Boyz out in Qatar. I feel like the United States, this is probably their game to either draw or win or probably lose, whichever one, So it's a whole 3 points.
Which one are you thinking though? What do you expect tonight? What's your score?
For me, this will probably be a tight game.
Okay.
This will be a very, very tight game, especially to the fact because one team is trying to stay in it. The other one is trying to get up into the top 3 with Mexico or Canada or even Panama. So I feel like for myself, if I was, predicting today's matchup, this is going to be tough. I'm going to say a 1-1, a good 1-1. Because Andre Blake, I feel like 1-1 would be a right score. Because Andre Blake, knowing how he does in goal for Jamaica, this man puts this team on his back on many occasions when he can.
Interesting. So 1-1. I was saying 2-1 for this match. I think the U.S. will come out. I think they'll score 2 quick goals, maybe concede later on in the match. Very specific scoreline there. But, let's take a look at the Jamaica head-to-head versus U.S. all time. Pulled a couple stats here. The cool thing about U.S. soccer is they always have badass graphics when it comes to, these are pretty sweet graphics that they put out there that we can use. And I'm looking at the FIFA World Cup qualifying in focus, USA versus Jamaica. World Cup appearances for Jamaica, 1. For the U.S., obviously, it doesn't even say there, does it? The U.S. had way more than that. We know that U.S. qualified in 1930, 1934, 1950, 1990, 94, 98, 02, 06, 10, and 14. That's 10 times the U.S. has qualified to Jamaica's 1. And I'm not putting Jamaica down, a lot more resources in the United States when it comes to soccer. That's a point of contention for Jamaica is they have so much talent, so much opportunity for these players, and players are playing in Europe right now, but the money isn't there backing them up. And until that money comes in, it's tough to really, Rufo, create a team that is willing to compete or able to compete with the top teams like in Mexico or US. But the talent is there for Jamaica. There's no question about that.
Indeed, yes.
3 players to watch tonight. We're saying Andre Blake of the Philadelphia Union, Shamar Nicholson of Royal Charleroi, and Kamar Roof of Rangers for Jamaica. 2022 World Cup qualifying form right now, USA draw, win. Jamaica lost, draw. So they're coming off a tie there, Rufo, in their last match.
Mm-hmm.
And all-time head-to-head, USA leads 18 wins, 3 losses, and 8 ties. So I think it's going to be 19 wins after tonight. But Jamaica has a lot of pressure on them, as we talked about early before. if we score only 1, sack Greg. So
oh gosh,
a lot of comments about sacking Greg Berhalter all over my channel, Rufo. And I gotta say, man, when I talked to Ryan LFC the other night on his channel, they have Coach Whitmore. Was it Keith Whitmore? What's their head coach name? Theodore Whitmore. Theodore Whitmore. He was pretty much saying he wished he had Greg Berhalter. He wished he had a coach that won us the Gold Cup and the Nations League. And he did. He has, right? It was a Nations League final against Mexico that I didn't really expect us to pull out. We did. A lot of credit goes to the players in that situation, but also Greg Berhalter. The Gold Cup, our B team, our BC team, whatever you want to call them, I don't think they're quite a B team, pulled off a victory over a very good Mexican side to claim the Gold Cup. And then 5 points in 3 matches in World Cup qualifiers with this crop of players, the first time they played together in a real competitive away fixture qualifying for a World Cup, pulled out 2 points and got a win 5 points and got a win in Honduras. So what do you think right now of Coach Berhalter? How many points do the U.S. have to get out of these 3 games to kind of keep him out of the microscope and out of the pressure?
Me, like around 6 to 9, like 7 to 9 or 6 to 9.
Okay.
So around that range, because the thing the back up behind it is because like say you lose one of these games, because I know one game is going to be probably a tough atmosphere in Panama, so you never know with that one.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, I'm not saying they're going to lose that game. You might get a draw out of that. Is tough atmosphere, unless the players turn up to the game and say, you know what, we're just going to do it for you, coach. You know what, we got you, guys. We got you. So I'm gonna say, if this is gonna be the true thing, I say get all 9 points as much as you can. But if you do draw one, then get all the other points as much as you can. So 7 to 9, not 6 to 9, 7 to 9.
Okay. Yeah, if the U.S. is able to come out with 6 to 9 points, 7 to 9 points, how you said it, they're in very good shape, right? That'll be 11 points to 14 points. That puts the U.S. in a very good position to qualify and go into that Mexico match on November 12th in Cincinnati. A couple key facts about tonight's match. I'm a big fat guy. I like history. So let's see what they got here for us. Thursday's match occurs on the 20th anniversary of the USMNT 2-1 defeat of Jamaica to qualify for the 2002 FIFA World Cup on October 7th. And that's crazy, Rufo. I feel like, I guess because technically Qatar 2022 is playing in the winter, these games are kind of delayed, right? So by now, if you look back at I guess it was 2017, we knew by this point that the U.S. wouldn't have qualified for the World Cup. That Trinidad and Tobago match would have already happened. So this is our fourth game in the qualifying stage. And by this point in time in the past, we would have known if the U.S. would qualify. We had to wait a little bit longer for that. Jamaican head coach Theodore Whitmore debuted against the USMNT in November 1993 and scored both goals in the Reggae Boyz 2-1 win versus Japan at the 1998 FIFA World Cup. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. So I'm not sure if that was Jamaica's only win at the 1998 World Cup, but obviously Theodore Whitmore is a legend as far as playing goes, but as far as coaching goes, it seems like a lot of Jamaican fans want him out. They want him fired. Yeah,
indeed. A lot of heat under this man.
A lot of heat, a lot of hate. But I think some of it is honestly kind of deserved at this point. I've heard a lot of issues with Jamaica as far as a lot of players not really being disciplined, not taking things seriously. That's where he's getting the heat. And of course, the performance with only 1 point. If he can win tonight, though, if Jamaica can somehow upset the U.S. tonight and go into the next match with 4 points and pull themselves up from the bottom of the table, Coach Whitmore might survive to fight another day. So we'll see. Worst coach in Jamaica.
Oh boy.
You know who I'm going to predict is the future head coach, Rufo, of Jamaica.
Go ahead.
Ryan Thompson.
Ooh, big man.
The big former goalkeeper for Jamaica. I'm calling it right now. Just got appointed the head coaching job of Austin Bold in USL. Austin is bold. Last time I checked, they were undefeated since he took over like 7 or 8 matches ago, and now they're in playoff contention. The majority of players, there's like 5 or 6 players for Austin Bold who are Jamaican. They seem to play really well under him. I could see the man making some moves, a lot of Jamaican players in the USL, and eventually becoming the head coach of Jamaica. Now that's a hot take, but first ever season for him being a head coach. Good guy, good player, starting keeper for Jamaica. Had to get 12 caps overall, so he knows the system, and he's working his ass off. So let's see.
There's probably him at the table right now. It's like, all right, here we go, tactics wise.
I think he's down there at the match. I had him on the channel like a month ago, and he was saying that he'd be in Austin for this game. So, and when I asked him, actually, I loved his answer. The Gold Cup game, he was really excited about Matt Turner, Andre Blake, of course, because he's a former keeper. And I asked him, what do you expect? Where do you think this game will go? What do you want to happen? And he said he wanted a 0-0 match because he wanted to see flawless play by both goalkeepers, and he wanted to see both of those guys in a penalty shootout to decide who is the best goalkeeper in MLS. So that leads me to my next question, Rufo. Who is the best goalkeeper in MLS? Is it Andre Blake? Is it Matt Turner, or is it someone else?
I'm not going to be biased here. Don't say Pedro Galese, damn it.
He's a good keeper too, man. So yeah, if you think he is.
Now, I do have my mixed feelings about El Pulpo, but because there has been the rise of Matt Turner, he flew under the radar for me at one point in time. Now I'm going to pull the Graham Souness card and be like, all right, now why is this man? Nah, I'm not going to do that now. That's for another time now. Matt Turner, when he came into this year, right, I did not expect the amount of performance and the amount of willpower that this man put in the USMNT. Andre Blake, go ahead.
You're saying you're impressed with Turner's ability to kind of like get the team going, the camaraderie going, rally the troops is what you're saying. Rally
them, yes, that is what I mean. And of course, for Andre Blake, he's been around in the league, like I said, for a while now, probably has a lot more years on his belt than Turner. But of course, he's been a standout name, of course, won the Supporters Shield last year with the Philadelphia Union, led the Philadelphia Union to a first place finish last season as well on a COVID shortened season.
Yep.
Tried to got him through to the playoffs, but of course came up short. If this man carried this team on his back, clean sheet on almost every match into a penalty shootout. For the playoffs, I feel like I would have seen the Union in the final, but things happen for a reason. But yeah, but I think
Yeah,
for me, I would have to say best keeper for all time, as of the beginning of since 15, when I saw Orlando's inception with the New York City FC team, it would have to be Andre Blake for me.
interesting. Yep. I think Andre Blake is a better keeper than Matt Turner. I think he's a better keeper than Zach Steffen. It's just the truth. Nothing against those two guys. I hope tonight that Andre Blake gives up 10 goals because I want to see the U.S. win. But then again, but then again, right? He's a great keeper, seems to be a good dude, and Jamaica has a very, very good player in Andre Blake. Let's read some of the responses here for the starting lineup for the U.S. men's national team. Age of 23. The starting lineup is the second youngest lineup for the U.S. since their last match against Honduras.
Wow.
Let's see here. We got a couple comments. I always try to pick out the most dramatic ones. If you see anything, Rufo, stop me. It would be nice if our players. It'd be nice if our players represented big clubs like Newcastle. So there's always stuff happening, evolving in world football news, and of course we know that Newcastle was just purchased by Saudi Arabian. I guess I don't know exactly who. If they're like, just very, very wealthy family from Saudi Arabia. So supposedly they're going to dump a lot of money.
I want to stop right here because I think I found one with Paul Arriola. That's why I was like, oh,
Where's the Paul Arriola?
Why Arriola? He couldn't score a chance on goal if his life depended on it. Man, if you don't be quiet and bleep the heck out of here, I swear.
So you're a big Arriola guy, but he hasn't scored, Rufo, in 19 matches for the U.S.
He can still assist, He can. Just letting you know that.
He can. That's not. You're right. We own Pexico. Oh God. Respect him. Here we go. Respect him. There's your guy. There's your guy, Andre Blake. Or excuse me, Andre Blake, Paul Arriola.
Paul Arriola.
All right,
man. This man tried to light up the field against Orlando. I wasn't having it. No.
Yeah. It's cool, man, though. It's always awesome going to an MLS game and seeing specific players play right before they're called up to the national team. I saw Giazzi Zardes play an awful match, actually, against the Union on Sunday. So I'm glad he's not in the starting 11. Here's the U.S. team running out. There's Weston McKennie running out of the tunnel. There's Anthony Robinson. There's Serginho Dest. There is Tim Ream. I guess Tim Ream is there. So I heard that Tim Ream was having some family issues and he wouldn't be playing. Let's go to the comment section. We have a couple comments rolling in. What's up, man? X-Ray Hawk. Awesome. Football Galaxy. What's up, X-Ray? Football Galaxy. How's it going, man? And we have, hi, me. I appreciate Arriola as now an outwinger. I'm not sure he always knows how to fit in the U.S. team. Very good point.
Good point, man.
We'll see tonight. Me's bringing actually pretty good comments into this chat. Guys, if you want to hear more comments from guys like Football Galaxy, X-Ray Hawk, we got Football with G2A, RJ PUBG, me, anyone who's tuning in right now, join the Discord, message me on Twitter. You can message me on Twitter at state_of_soccer, and I will send you a link to our Discord so you can join Stat. Rufo, we got about 9 guys, 10 guys in the Discord. We talk soccer all day long. Concacaf. We also work with MLS Gamers Discord, who is a really awesome Discord too, talking about all things that's Football Galaxy Discord. So if you guys are interested in joining a community, I recommend either State of Soccer's Discord or MLS Gamers Discord, or both. Why not both?
Indeed, boys, indeed.
What are you eating over there? You're stuffing your face.
Oh, I'm eating a chicken tender.
That's fine, man. I get hungry during these shows too, dude. This is why, honestly, it's one of the reasons I can't do the full match. Is just because it's tough. I'll bring food on next time, but here we go.
Yeah, indeed. Hey, hold on real quick. I'll be right back because I'm getting a call right now. So
no, you're good. You're good. So, guys, if you've missed it, if you're tuning in, the starting 11 for the USMNT is out. Here it is in all of its glory. We were kind of running through it briefly. I see some of the comments about the starting 11 from the U.S. fans. How does Zimmerman start over a guy in the Bundesliga when he wasn't even called in for the start? Also, what a slap in the face to see Arriola starting over him. All right, So Jay Gusto. I have two things. First off, yes, Chris Richards is playing in the Bundesliga, but Zimmerman is an MLS best 11 defender, a very good defender who could play in Europe if he wanted to. Also, defensively, he might team up better with Miles Robinson. You don't know how Miles Robinson and Chris Richards play because Jay Gusto is not at practice. Not to roast this guy on the spot here, but yeah, let's roast Jay Gusto because Chris Richards is 12 and it's risky to throw an experience. And he's not 12. Oh my God, they actually started Areola. Give us Conrad. So Conrad de la Fuente is a guy who probably should have been brought into this team, into this group of players, but he's not. Top 10 United is in my book. That's going after Newcastle United. Stop being so cynical. This is a fantastic lineup. And Adams, Weston, and Musa midfield trio. Dest and I guess Anthony Robinson, fullbacks, Aronson, and Pepe too. Guys, I'm predicting tonight Aronson is going to come to play on the left wing and dominate. That's what I'm thinking right now. Not a bad line, given Ings only quibbles are Walker Zimmerman over Chris Richards at center back, and even more so Areola Y over Tim Weah. I think that potentially just because Tim Weah is back with the team. He hasn't been with the team in a while. Areola was called up for the Gold Cup, as we know. Timothy Weah hasn't trained with the team. He's coming off an injury. He's playing really well for Lille in Ligue 1.
Mm-hmm. I'm back now.
And he's back. What do we got? Where's a USMNT jersey at X-Ray Hawk? That's a good question, man.
Very good question indeed.
I usually don't wear jerseys. It's just like something I don't do. I'm not against wearing jerseys. I usually come in, Rufo, a little professional with the, got the button down, got the polo. Who are you getting a call from? Put him on the spot here. I'm roasting Rufo. Hi, me. What's he got to say? We love Zim, but he would have to maybe set up for Belgian league if he wanted to go to Europe and freestyle the way he does. Very, very true. Yeah, Walker Zimmerman's a great defender. Let's see how he does tonight. I think he could play really well in tonight's matchup against Jamaica. A big physical defender, a defender who does score goals. You saw him for LAFC and you've seen him for Nashville. He does score goals at times. Maybe, guys, I'm not giving betting advice, but you probably get a big return if you put $5, $10, $15 down on Zimmerman scoring tonight. You need to. It would be appreciated where I should X-Ray Hawk. All right. In the next crop of World Cup qualifiers, I will get a match. I get a jersey. Guys, actually, Rufo, when you're off the phone, I want you to comment about this. I'll be heading to Cincinnati on November 12th for the USA versus Mexico match to do a live vlog from Cincinnati. And for that match, X-Ray Hawk, I'll have a jersey. So message below what type of jersey I should buy, what year, so what vintage USMNT jersey, who I should buy. Should it be a throwback? Should it be a current player? Message me what you think right now, guys. And we'll vote here. We'll vote right here live on the pregame show.
I will be right back. God damn.
No worries,
I'm sorry,
man.
guys. I'm not responding. It's a very quick thing, so I'll be right back, guys.
You're fine. You're fine. I don't know what could be more important than USA versus Jamaica World Cup qualifier. We got about 15 minutes left before the match, guys. Let's roll through USMNT's Twitter to see what other snarky comments we can find. Once again, guys, comment on what jersey I should buy. Also, the U.S. is playing today in Austin at their Q2 Arena. I believe it's the Q2 Arena, which is brand new. What's the prediction? We'll get there in a second, X-Ray Hawk. My prediction, though, is that it's going to be popping off. The atmosphere is going to be outstanding tonight for this matchup against Jamaica. Austin's going to bring it. Hopefully, they're not all wearing green. Should be Dempsey or Dom. If it's Dempsey or Donovan, I go Dempsey. I think a throwback Clint Dempsey would be pretty cool. Maybe like an 06 World Cup Clint Dempsey or 2000. I like the 2010 jerseys of Clint Dempsey. But as I was saying, hopefully the Austin fans aren't wearing green tonight, obviously, because that's their color. So we'll see. 3 points at home. Let's take it. Here are the jerseys for tonight. Q2 Stadium is ready to go. Guys, and also tonight, I believe the match, correct me if I'm wrong, is Freddie Adu, Chris Richards jersey, Freddie Adu jersey. What do we think of Dempsey? What do we think of a Dempsey jersey? Would you be all right with that, IB, if I go Dempsey? Christian Pulisic would be pretty cool. That's the standard. Ricardo Pepe would be a cool jersey. I mean, I personally like Serginho Dest. I think he just has a flair and a certain playing style about him that I find very, very entertaining. Maybe I could get a Greg Berhalter jersey and get stuff thrown at me at the match too. That'd be pretty cool. But tonight's match, guys, let's see. Keys to the match for tonight. Let's do Clint Dempsey. USMNT versus Jamaica on ESPN2, ESPN Plus, Univision, and TUDN. That's where the match will be tonight. So, guys, 7:30 start. I want to wait for Rufo. He's going to be back there's chilling his Orlando City authentic jersey. When we get Rufo back, we're going to do our official predictions, our final predictions of the match. But X-Ray Hawk, I guess I'll go ahead and give my prediction. I think tonight the U.S. is going to come out blazing on all cylinders. Rufo, I'm giving my prediction of tonight's match.
Yeah, man.
You're going to run? You all right?
Nah, I'm good. It's just a fact. Man, this is what happens when you have to run a family company and all this other stuff. But I was still listening in, so I was like, damn, I feel bad.
He's doing, yeah, dude. It's all right, man. You got a company to run. You have all this stuff going on. It's all good.
Man.
We're giving our final predictions. Yeah, we got the Tampa Rays. We're giving our predictions, man, of tonight's match, USA versus Jamaica. I know we talked about a little bit before in the show, but people are creeping up. The viewers are creeping up, the numbers. So I think the U.S. is going to come clicking on all syllables. I think they're going to build off of the last match against Honduras. I think the player of the match is going to be Brendan Aronson. That's just what I think. I think we'll see a goal from Ricardo Pepe. I think we'll see 2 goals from Brendan Aronson. And I think we'll see the U.S. concede a goal late, probably a Nicholson goal. USA 3, Jamaica 1. What do you think, Rufo? I changed my scoreline. I actually went 2-1 earlier. Now I changed it. I'm sticking to 3-1.
Man, Brian, I swear, bro. I was gonna do the same thing, but I was thinking goal fest or go with what Ryan Thompson would say with the goalkeepers. But there's not gonna be no penalty shootout.
There's no penalty shootout. But Ryan Thompson could be onto something with the goalkeepers. Both holding out shutouts, holding the fort down. Could you see that too? Maybe a 0-0 draw. Is that possible?
I probably think like I'm gonna go with the 2-2. I'm gonna change my 1-1 scoreline when I'm gonna go with the 2-2. You know, I feel like Ricardo Pepe will get on the score sheet, but I would not be surprised if someone pulled a gosh dang hat trick or a surprise goal at the end. And I'm gonna just say it one time, probably Brendan Aronson. You never know, Paul Arriola or Yunus Munsa.
Paul Arriola scoring 3 goals? Or are you saying scoring a goal?
Scoring a goal in the 90th minute. More than likely. You like
the late game dramatics.
Hell yeah.
All right, so official score. What's your official score?
I'm gonna give it right here. First thing that pops up in my mind. 3-2.
3-2 USA.
3-2 USA. Someone's gonna be the 90th minute winner.
I'm gonna say 3-1 USA over Jamaica. Once again, this is the State of Soccer pre-match show. We're back, baby, doing live shows. I've missed you guys live. Rufo joined me for the past couple ones. Hopefully you're enjoying his commentary. Usually he's pretty spot on with these predictions. He's no Gabriel Games, but at the same time, dude, Gabriel Games was on fire with the predictions. But at the same time, he's pretty close. So once again, guys, signing off. Follow me on Twitter at State of Soccer, at State_of_soccer. Don't forget to subscribe. Smash the like button right now. Do all 3 of those things. And a 4th thing, not to boss you guys around, message me on Twitter right now at State_of_soccer and join our Discord. We're growing a community here at State of Soccer, and I want you to be a part of it. So with that, guys, we're gonna play the intro. I'm gonna close out the show, and then we're gonna sign off. All right, guys, officially signing off. This is State of Soccer, Brian McDonough. Go USMNT. Rufo, what do you got to say?
And Rufo Martinez, and you already know what it is, boys. Go USMNT. Siempre.
Peace, guys. We'll talk soon.